I top up my tank in the Maxall station on the Dublin Road, which is better known as Millie's. And when I go into the shop, I'm delighted to see that Millie is still working there, lively and loud as ever. I then head up to Skulcolman Nafa, St. Coleman's, my old primary school, where I meet Mary Garvey, and this is just blast from the past, complete nostalgia.
So that's still your office?
Yeah.
And that's still stationary?
Yeah,
This-
the shop.
That was kind of nurse as well?
Yes, first aid.
Yeah.
Staff room.
That's-
had many lives. There was a classroom at one stage.
Oh.
It was the 17th classroom, and then we actually were fortunate enough to build that one right there.
So this is all extension from here, is it? Or is this original?
From here.
Oh.
Here. Just that building.
Yeah.
It's about 5 years ago now.
And I did...
Kevin is still with us. Is it Kevin is still with us? Yeah, Kevin McLaughlin. Yeah. And Peter Lynch and Lloyd that we retired after 25 years. So,
I remember I think his brother died, or maybe his mother died. It could have been after my mum died.
yeah.
And I wrote him a letter.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, back at my old school, and I would have walked this way quite regularly during my childhood years. All these classrooms to the left are first, second, third, junior infants, senior infants, and so I would have come along this path over to St. Paul's Church. I remember coming to do practice for communion, practice for confirmation. I remember one time before First Communion they actually gave us the bread and we all got to taste it. Technically it wasn't First Communion because they didn't bless it, so it was just unleavened bread. Here's St. Paul's Church. I was baptised here, First Communion, my confirmation, my mum's funeral. So
I really should have known that the visit to the school and this church would have evoked a lot of emotion in me, and it was very emotional sitting in this front pew and rehashing old memories. This here to the left is where I was baptised 30 years ago. This here is the back garden of my childhood home. My father has maintained it beautifully, and I decided one last stroll around the back garden. It's all become very nostalgic, and as you can probably see, it's become quite a bit of a personal journey. But once I leave Ireland, it's all new territory for me. So bear with me while I deal with my past. This tobacco factory here on the left I used to walk past as a child and loved the smell of raw tobacco, and to this day the smell of a bag of amber leaf still brings me home, which is probably one reason why I'm a smoker. Thank you, Imperial Tobacco. This is Sean Whelan. He's another biker who I rendezvoused with on the M4 service station. He's doing a very similar trip to my own, and we met to discuss plans, tips, tricks, routes, problems, bikes, whatnot. So we split on the M50. I take the M4 back into town, and I'm riding through Dublin City, and I realise that again I'm leaving. Every time I leave this place I love it more and more. I'm really going to miss Dublin. I'm really going to miss Ireland. I become more patriotic and a prouder Irishman every time I leave this country. So I head straight to IMNDA for an impromptu visit. Sorry for not calling in advance, and thank you for hosting this little interview.
So motor neuron disease, or MND, is a progressive neurological condition that attacks the motor neurons or the nerves in the brain. So I suppose messages from the brain don't get down to the rest of the body, and this will lead to the degeneration and the weakness in the muscles. It effectively attacks, or like it will affect the everyday things that most of us that would take for granted. So things like walking, talking, and even breathing, unfortunately, are affected by motor neuron disease. Everything that I would have had to do today, like get up in the morning, have a shower, brush my hair, wash my teeth, and dress myself. Somebody with motor neuron disease would have needed a hand with one, if not all of those things. The average life expectancy for someone with motor neuron disease is between 3 to 5 years. It's known as the 1,000-day disease. One person in Ireland is diagnosed every 4 days, and unfortunately, one person loses their fight to motor neuron disease every 4 days as well. What else? Oh, services. I suppose we were founded in 1985 by a group of friends and carers. So we are the primary support organisation for people living with motor neuron disease, their family, friends and carers. So if somebody has been diagnosed, what they should do is get in touch with ourselves, and then they have access to our services immediately and free of charge. These services include access to our 3 dedicated motor neuron disease nurses. So they would travel out around the whole country doing home visits and giving support and advice, and not just for the person living with the disease, but also their carer and family. The other main services that we would provide would be our specialist equipment loan bank. So we provide specialist beds and communication aids that are really a lifeline for people living with the disease. We also provide funding towards counselling. We have a helpline, and we also provide funding towards home care. You can get in touch with us on 1800 403 403, or our website is www.imnda.ie.
And you can donate on the website.
Yeah, you can donate through the website. You can
do it through my website.
Yeah,
but you
exactly.
can also
you
go
can
straight to motor neuron disease, skip the middleman.
Yes, exactly. Or you can also, like, if you just want to give a small donation, you can actually text donate. So it's just text MND to 50300. Or you can give us a call either, so we can take donations over the phone. Or just if you want to get involved in doing a bit of fundraising like yourself, you can just email fundraising@imnda.ie.
Dog got the mighty, let me tell the news. My head got wet in the midnight dew. Red God, I've been down on my bending knees, talking to a man from Galilee. My God spoke and he sounded so sweet. I thought I heard the shuffle of angels' feet. He put one hand upon my head. Red God the mighty, let me tell you what he said. Go tell that lonesome liar, go tell that midnight rider,